It's the High School Game of the Week. Brought to you by the Les Olson Company, your business empowered. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff. By Bridgeland Applied Technology College, employment through training. By S.E. Needham Jewelers, where Utah gets engaged. Lewiston State Bank, established for your future. By Miller's Northern Utah Glass, beautiful glass with a touch of class. By BJ Buckets, your new ice cream destination, behind Great Harvest Bread in Logan. And by Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning, your York heating and air conditioning experts. And KVNU.
Coach, tell me, you guys won last week against Judge Memorial at home. Your boys feeling pretty pumped for this game today?
Yeah, they're excited. We snuck out with one last week. I don't think we played a real good game either. We played better at the end when we needed to, but we're definitely gonna have to bring our A game tonight if we're gonna win this ball game. So.
Looks like it was meant to be. Could you give me a triage report of the team?
Yeah, we're doing really well. We're relatively healthy. We've got one offensive tackle that's out right now, but we feel comfortable with his backup that's in right now. And so, I think we're ready to go. We had a good week of practice, and when we have a good week of practice, we usually have a good game. And so hopefully that translates over to tonight. So.
Sounds good. Thank you for your time, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach, tell me, Logan coming off of a bye this week, they've had an extra week to prepare for this game. Have you done anything different with the boys this week?
Yeah, because of the extra week, we've had additional reps against Cedar's scheme. So from a preparation standpoint, it's obviously a luxury to be able to have an additional week to prepare.
All right, Coach, how's the team doing health-wise?
Good. So good, and we're excited to play. It's playoff football, and it's do or die, so everybody's excited.
Boys are pumped?
You bet.
All right, thank you for your time, Coach.
Appreciate it.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
So this Cedar City team, they're throwing the ball. They're throwing the ball about a third, 2/3 to the run, about 1/3. Well, maybe that might be a hair off. So they've attempted 193 passes on the season, and they've rushed the ball 255. So I was opposite on that. They're running the ball just a little bit more than they're throwing it. They're averaging about 220 yards per game in the air and running for 225 yards. And so it looks like a pretty balanced attack you're going to see out of this Cedar City team.
And the spread offense that Cedar City comes in here with, it sounds like they really do try to emulate some of the things that Logan does. They switched over to this kind of style of offense. I was reading just this within the last year or two from a traditional kind of set that they used to run.
Let's compare this though to Logan. Logan has attempted 326 passes to the Cedar City 193. Logan has also ran 250 times to Cedar City's 255, so not too far off. Tells me, though, that Logan's getting a whole lot more plays off per ball game than Cedar City has been able to do.
They're quick on the ball, quick back up to after each play, and they run that spread quite well.
Logan has turned into a really complete team. I mean, you look at offensively and defensively over the course of the season, at least since the Mountain Crest game, they haven't given up anything more than 23 points. That's when they beat Stansbury 52-23, and if memory serves me correctly, some of those points at the end there for Stansbury were when we had some underclassmen getting some time in for Logan. Well, we're ready to go here, folks. Kick coming forward as Cedar City will kick, and returning is Logan. Goes to the middle of the field. He tries to bounce out to the left side. Hatch has got a lot of room out there. Finally gets hit and upended at about the 37-yard line. That was Clayton Thompson, one of the up men. Didn't get it all the way back there.
Solid return to start this game. Starting at the 40, let's see, 37-yard line for Logan's a great place to get this game going.
So Hunter Horsley will bring his offensive crew out to the field. Again, the ball starting on the 37-yard line. And the Grizzlies will spread everything out as we've been so accustomed to seeing. Spencer Corbett will go to the far left. He's on the far sideline. Ball is pretty much in the middle of the field. 3 men split to the right. Farthest man out to the right is Caden Jones. In the slot is Hartman Rector and also Colton Hatch. Again, still waiting for the snap. There it is, a quick little out pattern to Rector. Rector's going to try to get to the outside. He gets over the 45. He's tackled at about the 46-yard line.
Great block out here, but in between Colton Hatch and the receivers out here on this side. He got a good downfield block that allowed him to get another 2-3 yards off that play.
Very quickly back over the ball is the Logan offense. This time Colton Hatch in the backfield along with Horsley. Hard cadence for half a second, and they look back over the sideline of Coach Vivero. A reset. Still looking at the sideline. And
this
now
goes
Coach
against
is
what we talked about earlier.
Hurry. Snap comes back. It's going to be a straight run play for Horsley as he tries to follow Hatch through right up the middle, really.
And I haven't looked at the weights differential between the two, but it does look like Logan's offensive line outweighs Cedar's defensive line by probably 20, 30 pounds across the line. We'll have to look at that as we go along. We actually don't have weights on Cedar City's
Not
roster.
on that, but I do have them in here if you wanted to look through that. I didn't see anybody, though, of significance that I thought, oh, boy, that's going to be a load. I think the biggest was 260, but he was a freshman, so I don't know if he's even in there.
They've got a big linebacker out there. 48 looks pretty big.
It might be the Kohler kid. He sounds like he's quite the defensive player. No, Bullock, if I'm not mistaken.
Bullock.
Downfield and a pass to Spencer Corbett. All seemed to be in slow motion.
That was slow motion.
But
the same thing.
I thought that the defender was there just a hair early, but the officials didn't see the same thing. As it tried to load it in there, and the right arm of the defender was on the shoulder pad of Spencer Corbett just a little early. But that'll bring up a third and about 3 for the Grizzlies as they are now on the Cedar City side of the field on the 46-yard line. 2 men right, 2 men left. They're stacked right on top of one another on both sides. Quick little out pattern. They're going to get the first down out of this, and more is across the 40-yard line almost to the 35. And that was Pamliffy Marion.
Quick little just turn and catch right there. There wasn't much to that. Pitch out here on the side.
I thought it's a smart play right there. You only need the 3 yards, and they have plenty of room out there on that receiving core. So Colton Hatch in the backfield along with Hunter Horsley. They'll split 3 to the left this time. Ball on the 36-yard line. Rector by himself on the right. They're going to run right. Direct run with Hunter Horsley. He gets over the 30-yard line.
Cedar City's mixing it up with 2, 3, or 4 defensive linemen down. They've kind of rotated through depending on what Logan's trying to do with the ball there.
I believe it was the Stansbury game that we called back a few weeks ago that Logan could do anything on the ground they wanted to. It feels like Cedar City is so spread out up front that Logan could run all day there too.
Huge gaps.
This time they throw out to Corbett on the right side. He is trying to push his way forward even further, and he gets inside the 20. In fact, he's going to be closer to the 15 than the 20. Looks like they're going to mark it on, I believe, the 16.
So far, Logan's doing what we expect them to do. They're dominating the ball thus far, kind of having their way with what they want to do, both in the air and on the ground.
Yeah, mixing it up pretty good. Probably they've thrown it in a time or two more than they've ran it, but They are doing anything they want right now. 3 to the left this time. Hartman Rector by himself to the right. High snap, but they hand it to Hatch. Nice spin move over the 10, almost to the 5-yard line. Colton Hatch on the direct run play. It was snapped to Horsley. Just handed it directly to Hatch. He came to the right side.
Great spin by Colton Hatch out there. Just as he broke into that secondary line, he had a great spin on that defender.
1st and goal. Ball on the 7-yard line. This time Horsley alone in the backfield. 3 spread out to the left, 2 to the right. He's looking left. He finds Rector. Rector turns and reaches for the goal line. He's not going to quite make it, but he's very close.
Good defensive play by number 6, Jade Bullock from Cedar City.
Jade Bullock, he's the leading. He's the
name that we were looking for.
I think he's the leading tackler on this team, and it's not even close.
In fact, in 3AA, I think he was well ahead of the.
Up under center, Horsley. The first time I've seen him up under center, I can't remember the last time. A quick little hitter to Hartman Rector and a touchdown for the Grizzlies. That fast marched down with still 9 minutes and 1 second left on the clock here in the first quarter. The Grizzlies quickly on the board, 6-0 with a point after to come.
Great opening drive by the Grizzlies right there.
I can't remember him being up under center ever. All season long. I mean, it has to have happened once or twice, but he just kind of snuck up under there and took that snap as quickly as he could, and a little quick hitter in route. Extra point is pushed a little to the left, but enough that he is good. Joshua Young on the extra point. So 7-0 Grizzlies, still 9 minutes to play in the first quarter. We'll be back in just a moment. Back to receive for Cedar City is number 15, Allred. He's a senior, and he's kind of by himself. A lot of teams will put 2 back there. He's back, and then up in front of him about 10 yards, 15 yards, or 2 more men. And coming forward for the kick. That ball is going to reach the end zone, about a yard deep into the end zone, so a touchback on the nice kick that time.
That was a great kick.
Thompson.
We mentioned this Jade Bullock from Cedar City and the fact that he's leading the state. He actually has 123 tackles to date, which is far and away more than anybody else in the state, 3AA.
Oh, really? In the whole 3AA, huh? I noticed on his team that he was, I mean, nobody was even close as far as the amount of tackles.
Next guy from the state's level is 85.
Wow. Has anybody from Logan on that list anywhere soon?
Ben Miller's on there.
Ben Miller's been really good this
He's
year.
averaging 8 a game.
I think he had double figures last game, too. He and Will King both. Fakafua in the backfield. He goes out of the shotgun. He fakes the handoff, tries to go up the middle. He's hit, but he's going to gain about 4 or 5 out of that.
He's a good-sized kid.
Yeah, he is. Let me just pull out this other roster I got, because I have their sizes here. You can take this, too, if you want, and kind of reference it throughout the game. 6'3", 210. Yeah, that is a good-sized kid. So he will bring his team back to the line of scrimmage. He's in the shotgun. He's got a man directly to his right, 2 split left. Tight end in there as well, brings a man in motion. They'll fake the handoff to the man in motion. Fakafua falls forward, but they're going to be a flag out there. Looks like it was
false start.
Yep, false start on Cedar City.
Logan's defensive line is getting penetration, even though they've allowed a few yards thus far, but they're getting in there. And again, defensive line is outsized Cedar City's offensive line. I get 23 pounds, same thing as the other direction.
I think that Logan has come a long way. His defense, they had really high expectations for this defense coming into the season with so many returning starters. I think it took a couple games for them to really come into their own. And after that Mountain Crest game, it had that feeling like this could either go really bad or they could really refocus here and make a positive out of that. And that's really what they've done. Defensively, I feel like they've been very good. This is total speculation, but I think if this Logan team played Mountain Crest or Skyview again, I don't know that they have the size to beat those teams, but I don't think they'd get beat the way they did last time. Fakafua again in the backfield with a man right to his right. He's going to roll right this time. He's looking to pass. Looking downfield, he throws a nice tight ball all the way down, right through the hands of his intended receiver. And that ball was very catchable.
That was all red there, kick returner. I don't know how he let the ball slip right through his hands because he was open there. He had a yard or two on the defender.
Hey, Fakafua throws a really good ball. That was a strong arm out of him. And a lot of times guys will try to really air that out. He threw that with a little bit of mustard behind it. Again, he's only a junior, but he's 6'3", 210. Big, strong kid.
It's a long third down.
Yeah, 3rd and 10. He's going to try to keep it, and he's got a guy on his arm. That's Murray, or on his leg. Murray pulls him down at the 15-yard line. It's going to be a loss of about 4 and bring up a 4th and way too long from this territory to go for it. And we're going to see the punt team for Cedar City come out now.
Hats off to big Troy Murray there, 6'5", 225 defensive end for Logan, who held his ground, held contain out there on the outside, and just waited. Did a great job of not only being in a position, but holding on to Fakafua's ankle while he waited for the rest of his team to get there.
Troy Murray's had a really nice year. Kickoff and away. It's an end over end. It's short. Could get a Cedar bounce. It doesn't. It's picked up by Rector. Rector makes the first man miss, and then too many other Cedar City players are right on top of him. But he's going to be on the Cedar side of the field at the 45-ish when they place this. Make it the 44.
Logan looks just to do what they did last series, just come out here and run Favero football. Do what they do.
Mix it up. Speaking of Favero football, have you seen what Luke Falk's doing up at Washington State?
It's been an interesting story to follow up there.
It really is. Hopefully, if this game goes the way we want it to, and we can have some extra minutes with Coach Favero after, we can chat with him a little bit about that. Horsley, pump fakes. Now rolls right on his back foot, throws it downfield. He's got Palmafy-Marion. Can he bring it inbounds? He does. Nice pass by Horsley all the way down to the 6-7-yard line. Nope, 11 or 12-yard line. Palmafy-Marion waits for it to get there and so tightly keeps his toes right on that edge.
That was a great catch, but hats off to Horsley, who was the one who had the patience to wait for him to get open down there, because I think he was a 2nd or 3rd read.
Yeah, that was walking a tightrope. I wasn't sure if he'd be able to keep his toes in, but he did. And Logan's already knocking on the door again in the red zone. On the 12-yard line, 1st and 10. Spreading it way out again. Corbett and Palmafy-Marion on the right side. Timeout, actually, will be called as Coach Favero briskly walks out onto the field to talk to his troops. So we'll take a break along with Coach Favero, and we will be back in just a moment. Seven 0 if you're just joining us. Grizzlies up, and they are knocking on the door again, and we are only midway through the first quarter. So again, 3 men split to the left. Horsley alone in the backfield, 2 to the right. Snap comes back. They're looking at Palmafy-Marion across the middle, but now they hit Hartman Rector a little deeper with a bullet pass into the end zone. Touchdown, Grizzlies.
Great slant route there by Rector. That was a fantastic route, a fantastic catch. That's made it look too easy.
Yeah, that was a really nice throw, too, by Horsley. He actually, I thought he was watching Palmafy-Marion on a little bit shorter route across the middle, and he looked him off and went as a bullet right into Hartman Rector. So, just like that, Grizzlies score another one, and Josh Young out to attempt the point after for the Grizzlies. Pending the snap. There it is. Ball's down. Kick is up and right through the middle. So Josh Young, as he's been all season long, excellent on those point average. Coming late onto the field is Corbett. Not sure what happened there. But now we are ready for the kick. Last time Clayton Thompson put that into the end zone. I don't see a lot of wind out there. He just had a really good boot on the first one. Let's see if we can do it again here. Drives it. It's going to land on about the 4 and bringing it out across the 20 to the 25, down the sideline, across the 30 to the 32 or 3. But a flag comes in from the referee, who's way back on the 15-yard line.
Great return there by Cedar City by number 15, Allred, who was also the guy that fortunately drew off the ball from a few minutes ago. But that was a great read to get up that sideline. I'm not sure what the penalty is.
Allred has had some wheels right there. See if I can look up some of his statistics. I remember seeing him on there. He's carried the ball for them 19 times, and he has caught 20 passes on the season.
Not sure what the penalty was, but it was on Cedar City. Backs them all the way up to their own 14 or so.
Allred will get some action. He's got a total of 577 all-purpose yards on the season. Returning kicks, running plays, and passing plays. Fakafua in the backfield, bringing a man in motion. Coming in motion is Drake Lewis, and the play is blown dead before it could even happen. And Troy Murray clapping his hands.
Cedar City's not going to get back into this game by shooting themselves in the foot back here in their own territory like this. They've got to figure some things out here and get going.
Yeah, so what could have been a starting point of about the 34-yard line is now all the way back to the 9. Fake handoff up the middle. Fakafua is going to try to keep it. He does fall forward for positive gain, although he's probably just going to get back the penalty. So it's going to be a 2nd and 10 situation.
2nd down and 10.
And we still have 6 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Grizzlies lead 14-0. Again in the shotgun. You were right at the beginning of this broadcast saying that it looked like they might run similar type of offenses, and you couldn't be more right. Sweet play on the reverse coming to the the close sideline, and good containment. And we're going to get a flag coming in, I'm sure. Ooh, maybe not. That was very aggressive all the way down the field. 2 players tangling up.
The crowd wanted something, that's for sure. By the oohs and the ahs and the boos.
I thought I saw a little more than extra creep. I thought I saw a fist throw.
Decent crowd out here for a Friday afternoon game with 46 degrees temperature at kickoff. It's not the warmest of tropical weather we're having, but great for the players.
No, but we'll take it early November. I've done some games where it's just almost miserable in the state tournament. Of course, I shouldn't talk yet. There's quite possibly a couple more games to go if Logan keeps playing.
You may have
like
just jinxed yourself, Dave.
I might have. Bringing another man in motion. This time Fakafua fakes the handoff. He's got all sorts of time. He's going to go deep again. This one a little more wobbly, and the ball is up for grabs, and they do throw a flag. Colton Hatch with his hands straight in the air before the ball even got there, trying to show that he's not making any contact at all. It's gonna be on somebody else. It can't go on Colton Hatch.
That was kind of let's see, there were 3 Grizzlies there and 2 Cedar City players in that kind of a huddle there going up for the ball, like the backyard football 500, and the Logan guys just had their hands up and kind of ran into him as they were going for the ball. That's a lucky break there for Cedar City.
Yeah, that's a tough break for Logan. To me, it looked like it could have been anybody's ball back there, and they call pass interference on it. It's gonna give a first down to Cedar City. Ball's going to be brought out to the 31. So they're still not even quite where they would have been had the penalty not happened on the kickoff. They brought it out to about the 34. Allred did.
Logan's given Fakafua too much time back there on that play. He had all day long to get that ball heaved in the air.
Fakafua will bring a man in motion. He's going to fake the handoff to him and then roll to his right. He's being chased. Throws a nice hard ball and hits his man right in the hands. And it is dropped.
That was Barrick Engelstead, number 48, coming across the middle on a drag, and that ball was right in his hands, hit him right in the midst, which apparently was a bad spot for him on that play.
That's what my dad always would say. Even as a youngster, my dad would say, sorry, next time I'll come hand it to you. Thanks, Dad. A little bit of ridicule like that, never hurt nobody, right? It taught me to catch the ball so I don't get verbally ridiculed by my own father.
Coaches used to always say, if you can touch it, you can catch it. No excuses beyond that.
That's what I tell my kids too. And it's funny to hear them tell each other that. So something's sinking in. Man goes in motion again. That's all right. Snap goes to Fakafua. He keeps it, comes to the left. He's tripped up and then tries to get forward a little further. The man in the backfield, Murray, slowed him down. Coming up to finish his job was King and Thompson, I believe.
Credit there to Troy Murray again. He's having a great game thus far on this right defensive end. He's the one who held him up first, slowed him up so that the rest of his team can get over there and lay the wood and be done with him. But he's doing a great job getting pursuit and holding that angle.
Yeah, I got to give some credit also to Kevin Lee. I believe he was over there, the senior linebacker. He's had a nice year too. I'm telling you, as you look at each individual player on this defensive side of the ball, they have all been very, very good this year. Fakafua this time has a man in the backfield along with him. They like to bring somebody in motion pretty much every time. He's going to throw to the right and one-hop his man. He's had his man open, Jeff Quarter.
Levy. I didn't see it. 40 Levy Atuasi, defensive end, their side for Logan, was right there and had his hands up and almost batted that thing down.
Yeah, Atuasi's been really good all year too. He gets some good pursuit, and then he's also great at containing when he needs to contain, and that time he did.
He was a good interview after a game too, I remember. Smart kid.
Those are always fun, aren't they? You get a kid to come up and have a conversation with you, and it's interesting to see the different personalities. Kick is away, but that baby is straight off the right side of his foot and lands just before the 50, and it's caught pretty much on the 50-yard line. So that is not even a 20-yard, well, maybe a 20-yard kick. Not great special teams-wise for Cedar City, but it is great for Logan as they're going to take over an excellent field position with still 3.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter, leading 14-0. Lewiston State Bank always sponsors our players of the game, and we sincerely appreciate Lewiston State Bank. They have locations on the south end of Logan, in North Logan, Lewiston, and Preston. Lewiston State Bank, established for your future. Also, Advanced Heating and Air is your Logan licensed York dealer. Save on new construction or retrofit. Call 752-7272 for more information. It's Advanced Heating and Air. Snap to Horsley. He's going to roll right. He's got people open. He's got a couple people open. That one goes to Corbett. Nice catch. Falls forward. Misses the first man on a spin move, and then gets stood up by the safety coming over for help.
One of my favorite things to watch with Horsley is to watch his eyes. He's such a good reader of what's going on downfield. When he rolled out to the right there, he was looking at two different receivers downfield. He gave him time to try to get open. Didn't happen, and he knew where his third read was and hit him without even having to give him much thought.
Yeah, I saw Caden Jones about 10 yards, 15 yards further downfield than Corbett was, and Caden I thought was open, but I also didn't take a second to look behind Caden to see if there's anybody lurking. So my guess is Hunter Horsley made the better read on that. Horsley again in the shotgun. This time he's going to hand to Hatch. Tries to pop to the outside over the left side of the line. He falls forward for probably about 6. It looked to me like Colton made a little bit out of not much right there.
He did, and it's one of those things where I think that on the ground, even on plays that aren't perfect, Logan's still getting 4 to 8 yards a pop. And
to me, it makes you have to honor it. You know, if all you're going to do is throw all day long, then the guys can kind of pin their ears back and come. But if you run this ball a little bit, it makes Cedar have to honor it. And this time they're going to run it with Horsley, and he's going to go forward, and that should be enough for a first down.
I believe so. Number 6, Jade Bullock, we've talked about a few times from Cedar City. He came blitzing on that one, and he was right there and was half a step from Horsley, who got around him, where he would have had a sack in the backfield. Great play by him, but he just couldn't finish the job. And again, credit to Horsley for getting around the outside and making something of that.
How big is Bullock? Does it say on there, on that Max Pretzel?
He is a junior and apparently weighs nothing and has no height.
That's tiny. Down over the middle to Corbett, and he catches it, brings it in, makes an adjustment, and ladies and gentlemen, we have another Logan touchdown, 20-0 here with 2 minutes and 22 seconds remaining in the first quarter, making it look like a video game out there right now.
Great catch by Spencer Corbett right there.
Those Grizzlies go up 21-0 now here on Cedar City, and really rolling. You've seen him
Spencer Corbett right there leading the state through AA.
As well as I've seen anybody over the last few years. there's been 2 or 3 where he's been looking over his left shoulder and had to change. Is that his first? Right. We had as Young comes forward and I think Rector was the one through the middle. This is where we need our statisticians.
And then the second was a run, wasn't it? Horsey under center.
No, it was Corbett again on that quick little end pattern. Remember, it was up under center.
That's right.
So Corbett's got 2 more to add to his 17. Nobody's even close to that, are they?
No, the next guy's got 11.
A nice year for Corbett. I would guess, since it's a shot in the dark, but I bet you he's up there, regardless of classification, I bet he's up there in the state as far as most touchdowns by a single player. Kick goes back to Allred. We'll see if he can do what he did last time without a penalty incurred on him. He is across the 30 again, all the way out to close to the 35, almost an identical position, but there are no yellow hankies on the field.
That was exactly what happened last kickoff return. Same spot, same angle, same everything.
Somebody must have had a big hit. They're congratulating Rector like something big happened for him, but I couldn't tell on that far sideline. But the bottom line is it's out to the 33-yard line, so a decent return there by Allred. 21-0, Grizzlies up on Cedar City here at home in the second round of the state tournament. Again, with the 6-0 region record, the Grizzlies were beneficiaries of a first-round bye. Allred goes in motion, slows down as he gets to the right side of the line. This time they hand the ball off directly up the middle to Brock Oldroyd. Oldroyd will get about 4 out of that one.
Just up the B gap on the left side, nothing fancy, but they got a few 4 or 5 yards out of it.
I don't think they give the ball to Oldroyd a ton. In fact, I'm not even seeing him on their stat sheet as far as having carries this year. That's interesting. Fakafu will bring his man in motion again, fake the handoff to him, try to go to the right side. He's got all sorts of pursuit. The flag comes in from behind. So it's only going to be a gain of a yard or so unless this penalty goes on Logan.
I did not see anything that would make me think of a penalty. It was a holding. In the mass of players over there was a hold somewhere, the referee says.
That was my guess just from where that came in, but Fakahua runs hard. He's just not quite getting the protection he needs and the gaps he needs to get through right now. Coming onto the field for the Grizzlies is Blake Patterson in place of big number 52, Richard Mendez. Huddling up is Cedar City. That is a difference between these two teams.
Yeah.
Grizzlies go with no huddle offense. Cedar does huddle up between, but they come out in very similar formations. Coming in motion is Drake Lewis. They're going to hand the ball off to Oldroyd again, and he has positive yards. I don't think he's still quite to the original line of scrimmage, as we're going to be facing a third and about 11.
That was Cedar City's best play on the ground so far in this game.
It's true. Third and 10, actually.
They had some good blocking there on the right side of the ball.
A minute remaining, actually 45 seconds remaining in this first quarter. The Grizzlies lead 21-0. And Cedar City huddling up. 15 seconds on the play clock as Fakahua is in the backfield alone this time with 2 men split right, 2 men to the left, tight end in there on the left side, and he jumped.
Cedar has got to mentally get into this game. Their coach is going to be having fits with them by the time they get to locker room at halftime. I don't know how many penalties they have masked so far, but it's not a small number.
Well, Engelstead on the left side, he was the tight end lined up on the left side, and he flinched enough to get another penalty. So it's what was a third and 10 is now going to be a third and 15. We'll see if Cedar can somehow get 15 yards out of this. Defense for Logan has been very good so far this afternoon. Fakahua looking downfield. He's going to go deep again. The player that has the best chance of the ball was Logan player number 15. That's Caden Freeman. It actually ended up being over Freeman's head and out of bounds, which was probably, well, it's going to be close. I was going to say it probably better to not have caught that ball. My guess is they're going to have better field position after this punt. than they would have on that.
Cedar has not punted the ball well today, so I wouldn't be surprised if you're exactly right.
That would be my guess. They've kind of 0 for 2 on punts. This one is short again. End over end, and it just dies at the 44-yard line. So Logan will take over again with good field position. With 3.2 seconds left in the quarter, I guess it'll give him the time to get one playoff before the end of the quarter. 21-0.
Good coverage there on that last play, that long third down. Logan's secondary had every guy covered that was out there. There wasn't anybody even close to being open for Fakahua to hit.
Mountain Crest is going to play Bingham at 5 o'clock this afternoon, or this evening. Boy, that's going to be a test for the Mustangs.
Skyview's playing right now, aren't they?
Yeah, Skyview started at the same time as us. They got Pleasant Grove, and that game is up at Skyview.
It looks like actually Pleasant Grove's up on them 10-6.
Wow. Coming in motion, faking a handoff to Palmafy Marion. Under pressure is Horsley, and he wisely launches it out of bounds as Coach Favero tried to make a nice play over there on it. Did you see that?
That was a good attempt.
He was looking to catch that ball. I like it. I'd try to catch it. I've always said when I call basketball games, if the ball comes into the stands to our little press area, I'm shooting it, man. How funny would that be? Launch it from half court and out of bounds. I was always told that if it feels like leather, you shoot it. 21-0, Grizzlies in the lead at the end of the first quarter. We'll be back for the second quarter of action in just a moment. Downfield pass to Palmafy Marion is no good on the rollout. As we are simulcasting this evening with the Valley Channel. Want to catch this game later on. I know our friends at the Valley Channel, they'll have this uploaded to CashValleyDaily.com if I'm not mistaken, and I think it can also be found on YouTube. So, on third down, it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Grizzlies. I think we've only had one other third down so far. All sorts of time for Horsley, loses his footing for a second, and Palmafy Marion has to play defender, can't do it, and the interception is thrown as the bigger let's see, that is Brock Oldroyd, a little bit bigger than the intended receiver out there, who I think was Palmafy Marion, and Oldroyd just kind of screened him off and made that interception. So the turnover by Logan will go back to Cedar City, all the way at the 30-yard line, the Cedar 30.
That wasn't a typical Horsley throw. I don't know if the ball was slippery when he threw it, but it came off his hand funny there.
It looked to me like when he tried to plant, his back foot slipped out from underneath him a little bit. He just didn't have the mustard on it. The pepper cake. Yep, that's a technical term. I hear it all the time. Fake hand, this time they do hand it off actually to Oldroyd. He lowers his shoulder, tries to go forward. Oldroyd's a big kid too. Did you say he's not listed on even that other one? What size he is?
No, that wasn't him. That was their big linebacker that wasn't listed.
25. Do you have him on there? Oh, that's not right. Okay, well, this is interesting because we have
conflicting numbers, which happens quite often in
rosters,
this business.
Yeah. The Max Preps roster has number 25 listed as Austin. What is it?
Freilich?
What size is he?
Well, he was a freshman, 180.
I don't think it's him. The other one we were provided says it's Brock Oldroyd as a senior. He gets the ball again. This time he has stood up right at about the line of scrimmage. He might get forward just another yard.
That was a good, strong run by Oldroyd, but nothing doing. Logan had 3 or 4 guys waiting for him about 2 yards past the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 4. Ball on the 36-yard line, the Cedar City 36. See if Logan can stand in here and get another stop on 3rd down. You are genius to bring this heater. It's chilly up here, folks, and Jeremy in his scouting wisdom brought a little heater. It's great. Fake handoff with Fakahua. He tries to go left. He's going to fall forward short of the first down. Somebody reached out and got a shoelace or something.
Yeah, he was stretching for that. He got his hand down and got another half yard out of that.
Actually, I don't even think it was a Logan player that tripped him up. It looked like he kind of hit hips with one of his linemen that was trying to block for him. And now Cedar's going to call a timeout, probably to think about whether they should go for this. What would you do?
I'd go for it.
I think I would too.
They needed some momentum going.
Yeah, look, they're down 21-0 at the very beginning of the second quarter. They're on almost their own 40-yard line.
Their punting game hasn't amounted to anything.
No, I'd go.
They might as well go for it.
It doesn't feel like there's a lot to waste if they do go for it.
Wakahua is big enough that if he can just get a surge there from his center and his 2 guards, he can get that half yard he needs to get the first down.
Yeah, you would sure think so. Again, the latest update, our what would you
crack
call
team of reporters.
Yeah, I was going to say our guys in the field out there, and by that I mean my father. He's probably laying on his bed, nice and cozy. Listening to both broadcasts here, he's updated as Skyview and Pleasant Grove.
He said that this Skyview actually just intercepted a pass and scored, and they're up 12-10 over Pleasant Grove now in Smithfield.
12-10 for Skyview. Handoff to Oldroyd. He's going to get enough. He goes for about 4 yards, so plenty for the first down.
Cedar City got that surge from their offensive line that they needed. That was a quick, easy run up the middle.
So 1st and 10 on the 44-yard line for Cedar City.
See if Cedar can keep this going and make this somewhat interesting here in this first half. They haven't had much to talk about thus far, but if they can keep this going.
Trailing 21-0 here to Logan. 2 men split to the right. Now they're going to bring one more to the right. Fake the handoff to Allred. Little screen pass set up. They get it to Oldred. He's got all sorts of room. Gets all the way out across the 50, the 45, and down to the Logan 40. On an excellent drawn-up play and a job done by Cedar City.
There was heavy pressure here to this right side of the field, and they had Brock Oldroyd there just off to the left side, kind of hunkered down behind his tackle, and then split out for a quick little screen pass. It was a great design play. It was a heck of a run afterwards, too.
I swear that play has worked since football was created.
The leather helmets?
Yeah. If ran correctly and set up right, it's just such a hard play to stop. And that one was a big one that's going to be a false start. That was a big play before for Cedar City, their biggest play from scrimmage, I believe, on the evening or afternoon, whatever you want to call it. This time legal procedure. Everybody went but the center. You hate to point out a single guy, but for the most part, you can say on that one, he was not on the same page as the rest of the club. It looked like it was going to be a nice play. The ball just didn't go with it.
You know, I don't think we've even mentioned it yet, but Cedar City, they are the Redmen coming up here from southern Utah, which is kind of a controversial name of sorts slightly in the media.
Yeah. I wonder if anybody's giving them any grief about it. There's got to be a lot of teams throughout the country dealing with something like that. On the reverse, they fake the reverse, and Fakahua falls forward. He's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage or close to it.
Speaking of that, Dave, I actually read an article this week. Adidas, the shoe company, has estimates there are about 2,000 high schools in the United States that have some kind of Native American tie or mascot for their, related to the Native American culture, and they are offering their services over the next few years to help these high schools change mascots.
Oh, that's cool.
I thought that was kind of interesting. So
helping provide like the
talent that to get some design work and to help them rebrand their schools if they are willing to do so.
That's cool. That's a super smart marketing plan on Adidas' part. Snap comes back and kind of fools everybody that time. Nice move by Fakahua. Makes a couple men miss, and he gets out over the 35. It's going to be a gain of about 6 or 7.
That's the most excitement I've seen over there on the Cedar City sideline. If we watch here on the replay, Fakahua had 2 jukes right there in the backfield that we'll just say broke some ankles.
That snap came back before everybody was expecting it. And he made one man great move, made one man miss, and then got past the second, and it was the third and fourth that finally brought him down. That should be on Fakahua's highlight reel for the year. Too bad the radio listeners can't see that. It was a great play. You have to watch on the Valley Channel later on. Oldroyd right next to Fakahua in the backfield. They're going to line 3 trips to the left and another penalty. Legal procedure again? No, delay game. Yeah, they're hurting themselves on these penalties so far in this first half. Again, we need that statistician. I tried recruiting a few to come with today and do it, and they told me no. Why? Because they wouldn't get paid a dime? Yeah, they just... Oh, jeez. What a jip. They'd rather be warm, I guess. I even told them I'd bring a heater for them. Well, we could get them a shawl or some sort of Afghan if they're going to be that big of wimps about it. Who is this person? Let's throw him right under the bus.
Remain nameless.
Going in motion is all red. This time he won't get the ball, and Fakahua will roll right. Throws an absolute laser, and Will King picks it off. He's going back down the other side. On the right side up to the 35, back to the almost original line of scrimmage. That was a bullet, and Will King just brought her in.
Will King playing safety right there, kind of sitting in the middle of the field. And I don't know who that ball was supposed to be thrown to. We're watching the replay. Oh, it was overthrown.
For him.
Or that guy, okay.
Yeah, it was right behind. I think Will King just jumped that route perfectly and picked it off and was able to bring it back to, he caught that ball probably 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage and brought it back to close to the original line of scrimmage. So the Grizzlies had a turnover, an interception, and then a few plays later were able to get one on their own and now take the ball back over on the 38-yard line. They're on their own 38, 6:44 left in the first half. Horsley will fake the handoff and then pass out to Palmafy-Marion. He's going to try to go back and forth twice, a little indecisive there. And by the time he decided to go one way, they had corralled him and brought him down. It's going to be a pass play, a completed pass for a gain of only 2.
Back to the interception, that Will King, number 11, 6'1", 166 for Logan. Your listeners probably don't all know this, but he's got some gray hair coming out the back of that helmet.
Oh, yeah, it's luxurious.
It's kind of Thor-like
He needs
down the middle of his back.
some sort of a sponsorship with Head & Shoulders, like we've seen some of the others in the NFL. Pass down to Palmafy-Marion again. He's had a lot of catches so far this ball game. It's going to be still short of the first down. It's third and a very short one.
Still almost 6 minutes left. Logan looking to get another touchdown or 2 on the board for half.
Horsley alone in the backfield. Wouldn't be surprised to see a very quick pass like we saw earlier, or we could even see Horsley run. There's an illegal procedure on Logan. And I think that was going to be a quick, I was going to say it might be just a straight run play by Horsley. It looked like it was going to be that. Now it's going to be a 3rd and 6 situation. I'm guessing Coach Favero didn't love that outcome.
He's been quite animated today over on the sideline. He's playoff ready.
Oh, I like watching him on the
great.
sideline. He's always moving. Got a little Pete Carroll type mannerisms, you know.
Is he chewing the gum?
Romping up and down the sideline. I don't know if he's got the gum. Quick out pattern. Corbett is enough for the first down. Barely, though. Well, he's probably got 2 more than he needed.
That was a great route. He kind of settled there on the sideline, knew where the sticks were, and made sure that when he caught the ball, he was right there at the sticks and only had to fall forward.
Perfect for him, too, catching the ball, not letting it get to his shoulder pads, catching it with his hands. We send 3 out to the right. I see Jones, Palmafy-Marion, and Corbett's going to be the far man out in another zip code. And alone on the left on the short side of the field is Rector. In the backfield is Hatch along with Horsley. Passed into the slot to Jones, caught and brought in. Down the right hash, and that's going to be a gain of close to 20.
Caden Jones did a great job right there on that route to settle in between those 2 defenders. He saw in front of him and knew what was behind him, and he stopped and gave himself a good 6 yards on either side to be able to make that reception and move upfield.
Also good read by Horsley, seeing where the soft spot in the defense was, and he found it. Horsley's being flushed out of the pocket this time. They might get him. He does get out of the pocket and throws it out of bounds. And then flag comes in.
Don't know what that was. That's only, if I remember correctly, the 2nd time Horsley's had anybody in his face this whole game.
I agree. He's
clapping his hands and pointing the other direction, so whatever it was, it must have been on Cedar City.
Yeah, he's out of the pocket. He shouldn't be an intentional grounding out there. We will see what they signal. What?
Wow, it was way out.
And then now he's...
It's a loss of down, too, I think.
Huh.
6-yard line.
That is controversial. But the Grizzlies are leading 21-0 here with 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first half. So Horsley has 3 to the left this time, and Rector to the right. Blocking is Hatch. Pass into the middle to Caden Jones. Caught, upended as he caught that ball. A little high. Wasn't able to come down and make a lot of moves with it to make any yards after that catch.
At least gives Logan a chance here. Now it's third 16. That was a second 26, half of Cache County they had to go.
Yeah, true. And you might even be in 4-down territory here, close to it. A little far for a field goal. It might be a little too short for a punt. In route again to Jones. He's open again. He gives a little to try to get a little, and he does get forward. And now they actually are probably in field goal range. But it's going to be a long one, so I think they're going to go for this.
I don't think I've been to a game this year where they've kicked a field goal. They have someone that can kick it well enough.
Yeah, they have. They've tried a couple of them. And Young he's got the leg to do this. But in this case, I think they figure they're going to see if they can get into the end zone again before the end of the half. Pass on the route to Rector. He's got it on the 11. It's plenty for the first down.
You know, Rector ran a great route up that right sideline, looking at his two defenders, and then just immediately stop, turn around. Ball was right in his face, and he made a great catch.
You know, a lot of it is just really selling your cut and cutting hard. And you know, I've heard of coaches call things that aren't done right a banana cut, and that kind of gives you an idea of if you're not really planning and making the running the right route, it doesn't do you nearly as good as that one just did for Rector.
Until they've been running that all summer, that was a great timing route right there.
Split left again, same formation actually as last time. This time Colton Hatch will be a lead blocker though, as Horsley was tripped up just slightly in the backfield, regains his feet and goes forward for probably 3 or 4 yards.
Number 26 from Cedar City, Travis Tate Jr. was in the backfield right there, and when it kind of got Horsley to stumble off the bat there.
Coming to try to finish that tackle up was Andrew Marchand. Finally got the feet of Hunter Horsley. 3:33 remaining in the half. 21-0 Grizzlies, but the Grizzlies are knocking on the door again. Rolling to the left, straight run play for Horsley. He's got to the 10, hits a man at the 5, tries to run over.
Drake Lewis, number 9 from Cedar City, took that. Horsley hit right in the chops.
So 3rd and 4 or 3. Ball on the 5, so first down is possible right here, even though the ball is on the 5-yard line.
Logan knocking on the north end zone for all you radio listeners.
He's got Hatch again in the backfield along with him, blocking purposes. 3 split to the right and 1 to the left. They're looking right. He's rolling. Horsley avoiding one man open. He couldn't avoid either man. He thought he could get rid of that first one. And
that's Coleman Kimber.
Who was the first one to get him? 59?
57.
57?
Coleman Kimber.
He held on for dear life and waited for help.
We'll call that a secondary sack. And Horsley, had a little time, but there was nobody open in that end zone on the short field to be able to do anything with it.
Well, here's your field goal right here.
There you go.
They're bringing in Josh Young to attempt this field goal. It's going to be about a 31-yard field goal attempt. He lines this up.
He's going from the right hash almost as a left-footed kicker, a little bit more difficult.
He's going to want to move this along. 8 seconds left, and he's taking his time. 5, 3, it's down, kick is up, and good. Nice kick, Josh Young.
Great job by Horsley there as holding the ball. That was not the best snap. It was on the ground, and he's able to get that up and laces out.
That's why it's nice to have your quarterback down there, somebody that's getting snaps all game long. Getting the laces out and down for Josh Young. And Josh Young's kick is right through the uprights. 24-0 Grizzlies, 1:46 remaining in the half. We'll be back in just a moment. Grizzlies leading Cedar City 24-0 as Thompson will come forward. Clayton Thompson kicks this one all the way down to the 5. Brought out from there by Allred. He's trying to cross the field. He's had a handful of jersey grabbed and spun out of it. But by that time, the rest of the Logan pursuit came and knocked him out of bounds at about the 21-yard line.
Just got another update on the Skyview game for those who are interested. Skyview is now trailing 12-16 to Pleasant Grove up in Smithfield. Pleasant Grove must be pretty good.
Yeah.
I didn't even look at that one because I didn't think it was even going to be close. But
I printed out that 5A bracket, but it doesn't tell me much as far as, records and stuff. But let's see, Pleasant Grove. Well, that's 4A.
41s.
Pleasant Grove is the number 3 seed out of that. I saw the one on the Jordan side of the 48. How about that? A lot of people
That was
at Jordan.
a great ball. He had a good 4 or 5 yards.
Win the nice catch.
Derek Ball.
Thing if they can get past Derek Ball. Long pass down sideline is coming. Caught and on his horse, and nobody's going to catch him. Is Derek Ball, but don't look now, folks. But there is a flag all the way back at the 41-yard line. Cedar didn't celebrate a whole lot. As they came, they're all standing right about the 40-yard line. We'll see what's called here as the officials confer. Holding on Logan.
Holding on Logan.
Well, then why are they marching back the other way?
Did he go the wrong direction?
He might have.
That had to have been a hold on Cedar City. Yep, he just corrected himself.
Whoops-a-daisy. They need a whoops-a-daisy signal.
That's too bad. That was a great play by a couple of Cedar City's players right there. To go 80 yards on the fly like that.
Cedar City faithful and coaching staff's got to be shaking their head over there thinking, is it one of those days? Legal block, is that what the PA announcer just said?
It's too bad because there didn't need to be any blocking downfield of any kind.
The only thing I can think is did he get that open because somebody came and ran like a pick play or something and hit somebody downfield?
Flag on the play.
You get in the way,
Another
you just
false
can't
start.
make contact down there. Another false start.
Cedars backing themselves up again into their own end zone. It's quite the roller coaster first half for them.
Yeah, they've had a rough ride here in the first half, trailing 24-0 here at Logan, but they have not done themselves any favors at all. Heavily penalized in this first half.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't there another high school in Cedar City now?
Oh, yes.
There's more than 2?
Yeah. Now, why do you have to ask me hard questions?
We'll have to look that up.
There is.
Our crack team can look that up for us, I'm sure, and let us know.
Text Cousin John. Fakahua looking downfield again. He's looking deep, and he zings one out over. Ooh, good defense that time.
Great defensive play by Eric Lobb right there, the quarterback. He was hip to hip.
Yeah, that was really nice defense by Eric Lobb.
And that Derek Ball was the same kid that just caught that 80-yard catch that came back for nothing, but he's got some wheels and some height. So hats off to Eric Lobb for being able to stay hip to hip with him and making a play on that.
Going back to the well. Well, let's see. Desert Hills is in Hurricane, Cedar, Pineview, Snow Canyon. Maybe there's a smaller one. Why don't you get on that? Oldroyd is brought down in the backfield.
Back to the line of scrimmage, third down.
And
15.
it's going to make third down and 15.
Someone just called timeout as well.
Okay, timeout called on the field. Grizzlies lead 24-0 here in the first half. Minute 10 remaining in the half. We'll take a quick break and be back in just a moment. 24-0. Grizzlies in the lead. Timeout here called by Cedar. They're just a little late getting back on the field.
Yeah, Dave, the other high school in Cedar City is Canyon View.
Yep, I am seeing if I can get on my crack staff here to get us a little bit more information because they're not big enough to be in 3AA apparently. Fakahua, oh my goodness, you gotta be kidding me. Another penalty, another false start. Illegal procedure called on Cedar City.
For listeners interested, just got another update. Skyview is now up 19 16 over Pleasant Grove.
Well, that's a
It's a back and forth game up there.
battle, isn't it?
It's a little closer than our 24-0 game we've got going here with a minute left in the first half. Logan dominating the vast majority of this game thus far, both sides of the ball.
Fakahua sends a man in motion, fakes the handoff to him, and then goes right up the middle with it. The big fella goes across the 20, high steps a man, now he's to the 30, out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Nice run
Keeps the ball.
by Mason Fakahua.
That's the longest run of the day for Cedar by far, and that was a great run. As you said, he was galloping like a gazelle down there over a few players.
Very gazelle-like.
Still have a minute left. If Cedar keeps this up, they might be able to get into and put something on the board.
That would sure help him out, because down 24-0 going into the half, anything they could do right now, any points at all, could give them at least a little bit of hope. Mason Fakahua in the shotgun again. Brings Allred in motion, fakes the handoff to him, then fakes the handoff to Allred and rolls right, but throws all the way across. Then Will King picks it off at the 45-yard line. Had his momentum not taken him out of bounds, there was nobody that would have stopped Will King from scoring on that play.
Yeah, if that ball had been just a little bit.
Look how.
I mean, he had that thing and nothing but daylight in front of him.
Such a dangerous pass. He rolls all the way to the left side of the field and then throws all the way back across. It gave time for Will King to make an adjustment if he wasn't even already there, which he probably was.
Goes back to that Thor-like hair again. Two interceptions.
Dropped the hammer on him that time. Well, 52 seconds remaining, and Hunter Horsey's got his offense back on the field. He's going to roll right. He's looking left to get it to Hartman Rector, and that's pass interference. How do you not see that?
There it is.
There
Late
it
throw.
is. He had a whole grasp of that number 4 on the back of Rector's jersey.
The officiating crew, the one on the far side, is when he made that, threw that flag, because the guy standing right next to the play apparently didn't see it.
Well, that's what's crazy, is the guy on the far side, I can see how he might not have seen it.
We did get notice before the game that this game today is being officiated by members of the Wasatch Front Football Officials Association. Each official has been certified by the Utah High School Activities Association. I'll make sure that everybody knows that.
But they figured that one out there. Whoever's got to make the call, they got it right there.
Our crack reporter out there says that Canyon View is actually 3A school. That's why we didn't see him anymore.
And my crack reporter just said that they are smaller than Cedar City.
We appreciate our crack reporting team out there.
Quick in pass, nice catch, going down low and catching with his hands rather than his body is Hartman Rector. Nice job.
My crack reporter actually is a Logan Grizzly himself. That must be why he's so good at this.
Mine's a Cedar City resident. What else do you want? Left side into the end zone. Oh! It's intercepted, but he's out of bounds.
Intercepted there by Jaden Tullis.
That was really
flag
weird.
on the far side of the field. He made a good catch, but he came down 1 foot in and 1 foot out.
At the last second, Hartman Rector was out of the picture. Maybe there was a push or something, because it just kind of dropped into the hands of Tullis. But he was out of bounds already.
Illegal substitution, 12 players on the field for the Redmen.
My goodness. Can
12
you
guys
believe
on the
that?
field. That's
How many penalties can a team have in a half? Illegal substitution, 12 men on the field for Cedar City.
that kind of stuff will drive a head coach crazy. Still 31 seconds left. Logan knocking on the door here. They're going to get another few yards out of this. We'll be probably close up to the 12-yard line or so. Now the ref's saying no penalty on the play. It was picked up. It's interesting.
Well, that means that we have, it wasn't
Incomplete
interception,
pass, yeah.
incompletion. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Horsley in the shotgun. Looking over the middle, and he throws to Caden Jones. I think he caught it.
Incomplete, hit the ground.
Oh, we're seeing it hit the ground. Caden Jones was open, but so also was Devin Marion, who was in the end zone standing next to the ref screaming for the ball.
You know what's interesting about that is maybe the far official was motioning, but the one that was right in front of it wasn't motioning that was incomplete, but the PA announcer said it. Almost wonder if the PA announcer made the call there. Pass over the middle this time to Jones. He does catch it. He's down to the 1 yard line. It's going to be enough for a first down. Nice ball thrown that time by Hunter Horsley.
Great slant route there by Caden Jones as well.
It's been open for Caden Jones most of the afternoon. And he's had a lot of catches this evening. Up under center again. Unprecedented twice in one game. And the quick little slant in is incomplete as Tullis came across and knocked that ball down. And we're trying to get it to Corbett again.
Great defensive play by Tullis. He read that. The ball was coming in. He just leaned across and knocked that thing down. It would have been a touchdown.
So 2nd and goal from the 2.
You like those quick snaps under center there, don't you?
Well, it's just so crazy. Quick run play, and up over the left side of the line, and Horsley is into the end zone for another touchdown for the Grizzlies, this time on the ground. His first touchdown, rushing touchdown of the ball game.
Keeping up with his yearly stats of averaging at least 1 a game with those on the ground.
And the Grizzlies, so what could have been Cedar getting one last chance at the end zone to go into the half with something on the board, they turn it over and give it back to Logan, and now Logan puts another one up on the board, and they are leading 30-0 right now with the point after to come here for Young. Kick is up and good. And so the Grizzlies, with 4 seconds remaining in the first half, are going to take a 30, well, after the kickoff, and barring something miraculous out of Cedar City, I presume that Logan's going to take a 31-0 lead into the half. So Thompson's going to wear himself out on kickoffs here in the first half. Grizzlies lead 31-0. What is this new little rocking thing?
They've got this dance they do on this kickoff team. It's pretty nice.
Oh, they're going to squib kick it, and not before they blow it dead.
Somebody out there on the right side moved across the line first before the ball was kicked, I think.
That is a good guess for sure. I don't know what else it could be. Unless they're just starting to make stuff up now.
They were just feeling bad for the onslaught of penalties.
On Cedar?
Heavily
Poor Cedar's had more penalties this half. They have really hurt themselves there. Yep, offsides against the Grizzlies, so they're going to go back to the 35 to kick this instead of the 40. But that heater you brought is genius.
There's the Logan Grizzly sway dance again.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder where that one came from.
It's kind of a rocking back and forth.
This one is going to be a line drive kick. Fielded at the 15 by Allred. He comes to the left hash. Now all the way trying to get the left sideline. He's got some room out there, folks. He's got Lob to beat. Lob gets underneath him and trips him up, and that'll bring us to the end of the half. But he's electric. You don't want to let that guy get some open field, and he'll get good field position.
Great return. Let's see if he can do that coming out in the second half.
So the Grizzlies are going to take a 31-0 lead into the half. Everything going right so far for the Grizzlies. Everything going not so right for Cedar City. We will see if we can compile some statistics and be back with the halftime show in just a moment.
Hi, my name is Sharon Wallace. I'm an outside hitter for the Logan volleyball team. My favorite subject in school is history, and I'm honored to be the Wendy's All-Star, and go Grizz!
Hi, my name is Troy Murray. I play defensive end. My favorite subject is science. I'm honored to be the Wendy's All-Star. Go Grizz!
and crazy style. Get your freak on, get your freak on, get your freak on, get your freak on. Up in the morning, girl, and the DJ playing that song. Now what you gonna do? What you gonna do? It's up in the morning, girl, and the DJ playing that song. Now what you gonna do? What you gonna do? One for cover.
Let's hear it for your Logan High.
It's the High School Game of the Week. Brought to you by the Les Olson Company, your business empowered. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff. By Bridgeland Applied Technology College, employment through training. By S.E. Needham Jewelers, where Utah gets engaged. Lewiston State Bank, established for your future. By Miller's Northern Utah Glass, beautiful glass with a touch of class. By BJ Buckets, your new ice cream destination, behind Great Harvest Bread in Logan. And by Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning, your York heating and air conditioning experts. And KVNU.
Well, 31-0 is the halftime score here at Logan High School. Grizzlies all over Cedar City. They have put a little bit more time back up on the clock as both teams were a little tardy getting out here onto the field.
And Cedar didn't come out with much pep.
And they're still out there.
They came out with their heads hanging low and kind of just slowly walking out on the field.
Melancholy.
It's going to be a long second half.
Melancholy.
We did just get an updated score from at the half in Skyview. They are actually trailing 19-23 to Pleasant Grove.
I'd really like to see Skyview and Mountain Crest win. That'd be a lot of fun if they could keep going deeper into that 5A tournament. Bingham, though, I mean, Bingham's nationally ranked. I think the Mustangs are in for a really tough night. But somebody said Bingham didn't look that great last week. So I don't know. Right now, Logan looks pretty darn good.
Yeah, they are looking good. They're firing on all cylinders, as they say. All facets of the game.
They do say it. There's no getting around that.
Yeah, we've given a lot of props to the offense in Horsley and his receivers, and the few times they've ran the ball today, the defense has held their own. They've laid the wood when necessary, and they've come up with 2 interceptions.
Coach Favero did an interview with the Deseret News, I assume pretty recently, and he talked about how he quoted here, the X factor in high school playoffs is always who has luck on their side and who wins the turnover margin. You've got to win the turnover battle, execute, and hope to have a little bit of luck. So far this evening, or this afternoon, the Grizzlies have had 1 turnover on the interception, and I believe they've picked off Cedar City twice. Is that right?
Yep.
Will King has had 2.
Will King in the blonde hair have picked off 2 passes.
He could have a band with that name. Will King and the blonde hair. He's been really good. In fact, over the last, there was a coming out party for him at Bear River, I want to say. Even though the game before that was at Tooele, that Evan called that one for us. Maybe it was even Ben Loman. He's been really good all season long, but there was a game there where I'm like, good grief, he's kind of taken a next step in his contribution to the team, and he's been really, really good this season. He's got 2 picks so far this evening. The nice thing about that hair, you can see him. I mean, it's like having the yellow on his shoes, taped on his shoes. You know where he is. Him and Otto Atasi both have a nice head of hair.
I heard a professional football player on the radio this morning talking about how his long hair, when he runs, it makes him feel like he's running faster. That's why he keeps it that way.
I'm going to do that then. I'm going to grow mine out.
That would be awesome.
It might be wispy, but it's going to be, I'm going to feel so fast. by the time I get it grown out that long, I think my fast days will be way behind me. I might be 80.
Could be.
80-year-old guy with a nice long head of hair trying to run fast. All of it doesn't sound too wise. I'd blow a hip. You know what happens to you. You don't want to break a hip. Well, Logan will be kicking off to Cedar City here to start the second half. They're going to take Allred back, and he's been really good returning kicks. The first one that he had a chance to return was put in the end zone, so we didn't see it. And then the next two he brought out to the 34-yard line. And then the next one after that he brought all the way out to about the 50, but the time had expired in the half. So they couldn't make anything of it. So Thompson will come forward now to start the second half. That kick is a line drive and bounced right into the hands of Allred. He's across the 15 out to the 20. Tries to get to the middle of the field. Now he's running back. Probably should have kept going because now he's wrapped up at about the 15-yard line. And Fakahua is going to have to come out and bring his team to start right at, and they're going to give him the 16.
They're right in the spot of the field there on the north 15-yard line too, where the sun's going down behind us, and Fakahua is going to have the sun in his face off and on depending on where he's standing behind the ball, which is an interesting little piece of defense he's going to have to overcome as well.
That, and when he likes to throw that pass down the sideline, the one they scored on but got called back, his receiver's going to be looking over his right shoulder pretty much into the west and right where the sun will be. So it's not going to be long, though, before that is down and out of the way. He will hand it off to Oldroyd, and I hesitated because he's been running that all night and a lot of times keeping it as it's kind of a read option.
If he had kept that right side was open there, he could have got a lot more yards out of that.
Yeah, he had some room. So the read on the option maybe wasn't quite the best option. He gave
it was a read nonetheless.
Yeah, he did read. And he's going to have the same formation here with Oldroyd right next to him on the left. 2-man split to the left. He's now going to bring another one and fake the handoff, and he pitches it into the backfield, and the ball is on the ground. Atuatasi picks it up and tries to go the other direction, but he's brought down. But nonetheless, whoa, where's the ball? I thought Atuatasi went down.
So did I. I don't
see the replay here.
He was down close to the 10-yard line, and somehow the ball is now on the 1-yard line. I don't know if he rolled over somebody, but the entire Logan right side, the defensive line, were in on that play.
The pitch was behind the runner. Nice play by Murray. He's the one that hit Fakahua. Levi Atuatasi picked it up. This is where I thought he went down. Did he lose it there too? Okay, we're watching the replay. To our radio listeners, we're trying to see what happened on the replay. Where we thought Atuatasi went down, the ball must have popped out and gone all the way down to the 1-yard line where a Logan player fell on top of it.
That was an incredibly good bounce.
That's Lobb who fell on top of it. Handoff to Colton Hatch, and he will waltz into the end zone virtually untouched.
That is not how Cedar City wanted to come out and start the second half.
No.
Quick fumble.
Talk about the turnover battle, as Coach Favero mentioned in an interview. Hey, did you know that Troy Murray is the long snapper? Here we are at the very end of the season, and that's the first time I'd noticed that.
Those long snappers deserve more credit.
Yeah, that's not easy to do. That one's a good one. Down, and Josh Young puts it up and through.
And the Logan High cheerleaders are doing a lot of push-ups over there in the corner of the field now.
Yeah, they're going to be ripped by the end of this ballgame. 37-0. The Grizzlies all over Cedar City. 11 minutes, 2 seconds remaining in the third quarter. We'll be back for the kickoff in just a moment. Thompson coming forward, gets his foot into this one. It's going to drop at about the 5-yard line to Allred. Across the 15 to the 20 to the 25. Trying to weave his way all the way up, and he is brought down at the 30-yard line. Pretty good return that time.
Another good return. At halftime, you Logan High fans, they honored Hal Gardner, former Logan High player who played a little bit in the NFL for the Bills. Remember that when I was a kid. Haven't heard that name for a long time, but he was honored here at halftime.
There's been a handful of Grizzlies make it to the NFL. The most recent, Chris Cooley? Is he the most recent?
I think so.
Well, the way Luke Falk's playing, you never know. Fakahua in the shotgun. He's got a little bit of time, and oh, he is hit from behind by Troy Murray.
Number 89.
It shows Fakahua's size, because even though as big as Murray is, Fakahua didn't go flat. He tried to, he pretty much carried Murray for 4 or 5 yards.
And then he was pile driven, I guess would be a better term, into the ground.
Yeah, that wouldn't have felt good. Troy Murray's a big boy. What do they have, Troy? What is Troy Murray? 6'5", 225, if you're wondering at home. Which I'm sure you were.
He's probably had some looks from colleges, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. In fact, I think he is. I don't know if he's committed. We better get that and see if we can get that answer. But I know he'd been, I think, Colorado.
Wow.
I better not say too much because I'm not 100% sure. I don't want to say something wrong. But yes, the answer, yeah, he has. D1 teams. Nevada, I want to say. Let's see if we can get that info. Do we have any crack? Where's our reporters here? I got a guy. I can probably text at our next time out and see if we can get that.
Mine felt like he had to go back to work, so he quit talking to us.
That's just unacceptable. In the shotgun again is Fakahua. 2 to the right, 2 to the left, and a back with him in the backfield. He throws it out to nobody. Must have been a bit of a miscommunication.
Rivera was close to that.
Yeah, we almost had a better play on the sideline. But I think he expected an out route to be ran, and the intended receiver, I believe that was Drake Lewis, ran an in route.
Another punt opportunity for Cedar City, which their punt team, their punts have not gone far this game. Logan set themselves up to do something good with it here. Hartman Rickmer back there.
Kick is away, and another bad one. They have really struggled with their punt game, and not only has it been poor punts, they haven't gone anywhere.
And they've checked up every time too. They haven't got any bounce out of them whatsoever. They just died.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. Is when it hit, they're not bouncing forward. If nothing else, they're coming back.
There is a flag on the play. I'm not sure what that was for. Maybe a late hit or something. There wasn't anything else going on. Neither sideline looks like they know what the penalty is or know how to prepare for it.
Why did the Logan player jump on that ball?
I'm not sure.
Sometimes I think just the situation seems a little weird, and the guy thinks, well, I better get on that thing. In that case, smarter play is just get out of the way.
Still awaiting.
The officials out there right on the Logan logo.
Personal foul.
We got personal fouls.
Teams.
Both sides. Getting a little chippy.
One each direction. And we also have an unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike on Cedar City.
So 2 penalties offset, and 1 extra one will be marked.
3 penalties on one play.
And they're all
Grizzlies
big
have the ball
ones.
at the 32-yard line, 1st and 10.
Oh yeah, we're watching the replay as a couple of players get a little extracurricular activity right there. But that wasn't
Boy,
that wasn't bad.
much. That was Will King. Got flagged right there, and I'm not sure what they did other than maybe bark at each other there at midfield.
We saw one earlier in the game where I could have sworn a punch was thrown and they didn't call a flag or throw a flag. One of the few times they haven't thrown a flag, actually. Been plenty of those this afternoon. Quick little in route. Spencer Corbett loses it, goes up in the air, and very fortunate for the Grizzlies as 2 Cedar City players were there that could have caught that ball. Drake Lewis and Jaden Tolis both had chances at that.
That was a good route. Horsley just threw that a little bit behind his receiver there and caused that bobbled ball.
Yeah, it just popped straight in the air, and 2 Cedar City players were right there. Horsley, a 2-step drop out of the shotgun. Now he's rolling left. He's going to tuck it and go. Across the 30 to the 25. The 20 is going to try to cut direction on the field. Late hit coming in as Horsley was on the ground, and he was hit. Immediately looked at the ref like, wait, what a sec, wait, what just happened?
I think some of Cedar's players thought he was going to go out of bounds, and he cut back and wanted a few more yards. He's a tough kid, good runner.
Yeah, he really is. He's going to get the first down out of that too, so he's got a 1st and 10 on the 22-yard line. On the Cedar side of the field. 23, yeah, 22. Colton Hatch will line up right by Horsley in the backfield. Two men split to the right, two to the left. Corbin's on the left, short side of the field. They hand it to Hatch, and Hatch is into the secondary, and he's going to score, folks.
Great read.
Really good read. He got through the left side of the line. Pretty much untouched.
Yeah, that linebacker, he juked left and was gone.
Yeah, nobody even touched him. The second rushing touchdown for Colton Hatch. And we are officially a blowout.
That clock's going to keep on running out. What is the minimum?
I thought it was 35. I thought they should be, if we're into the third quarter, I think it's 35 and it will run. So this game's going to get over a little quicker than we might have anticipated. This extra point by Josh Young is good. And the Grizzlies are rolling, folks. We'll take a quick break and be back for the kickoff in just a moment. Better check that. 7:49 remaining in the third quarter, and the Grizzlies lead 45-0. You heard it right, folks. It is a blowout. Thompson coming forward, kicking right to Allred again. He'll get another chance. He's going to try to cross the field, go to the far opposite side, only gets to the 20-yard line, where he is tripped up. Man on the ground along with him is Ben Miller. Ben Miller also had double-digit tackles in the last ball game. He has been very, very good this season.
We have a couple of prizes up
Hopefully for the pride of Cedar City, the fact they drove all the way up here, they can get something going and at least get some points on the board. Sustained drive of some kind. I wish we had some stats to see their numbers because they are dismal.
Yeah, they are. The biggest play they had that was going for a touchdown was called back. It was a really nice ball thrown by Fakahua, but nothing to be made of it as he will fake the handoff to the right and run it to the left.
Let's do the 26-yard line.
And he's going to get 5 out of that.
Decent run.
Second down.
I wonder, I'm trying to see if it looks like Logan still has most of their defensive starters in the game right now. They haven't switched out anybody yet.
My guess is they'll let him get to the fourth quarter. And only because they haven't played in a couple weeks. You want to be fresh and be ready to play an entire ball game when called upon. We'll call this play first, and then I talked to Coach Favero about this type of situations a year or two ago, and it's tough for a coach. Run by Fakahua is a good one, up over the 35-yard line,
up to the 37-yard line.
First down. So they were just blowing teams out back then. And, it was tough because for the most part the starters were done by half. But knowing that you're going to need to be able to play an entire ball game come the state tournament, do you call off the dogs even though you're up that big? Do you keep playing your guys even? So he would usually go midway through the third or into the fourth because he doesn't want to do something silly. But you also got to be ready when the time comes.
It's a valid point.
Fakahua will fake the reverse handoff and run up to the right. The flag comes in from behind the play. And it looked to me like a hit was a little late.
Big number 57 for Cedar. I'm sorry, that was the wrong sheet there. For Cedar City, Coleman Kimber was driving one of the Logan Grizzlies into the ground down the field. Yep, personal foul.
On Logan, I think. I
don't know what that was then.
But what you saw happened even after the one I saw, I think. I mean, you're probably right. I mean, there could be two of them out there, but the one I thought I saw was before the play you saw happening. It's interesting how you got this heater under this, and my lower half feels great, but I can see my breath.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. Let's see, trips to the left this time, one to the right, bringing a man in motion. They will fake it to him and try to go up the middle, and Troy Murray sniffs that out like a bloodhound.
He's had a heck of a game.
He really has.
Second down to 10.
Our Lewiston State Bank Player of the Game is a great thing, but it is super hard because, I think any player that is in a quote-unquote skills position would be the first to admit that the rushes they get, the passing they get, you can't get without a good line.
Those hogs.
Yeah, and so they're the ones that get the credit for the statistic, but it's a team effort. I hope they all understand that. quick little out pattern ran and a
Roy gets
nice
that.
cut up field.
Reception.
We just called Troy Murray's name a second ago.
Picks up the bounce.
That right there was
Play.
a quick screen out to flat. He reversed and turned around and
Third
actually
down
was the
and
first
3.
one there from
Go
Logan to
to
make
Red.
that first hit. That was a good 7-8 yards downfield. He's very versatile. He's quick.
Yeah.
He's good at contain, and he's even better at being that first guy there to make that first hit and actually hold somebody up.
Yeah, 6'5", he covers a lot of ground. I hope the Aggies are looking at him, to be honest with you. We've had some good local talent up there playing DN for the Aggies for a while there. It was Larson and Burnson, I believe, playing from Skyview up there in Utah State. Done an excellent job.
And it is
Back to the whole
Cedar
stat
first
thing,
down.
statistics that you
With the
see from
Grizzlies'
quarterbacks and
32-yard
receivers.
line.
And statistics are given to individuals, but wins are from the team. And that's really where I find it difficult to do those player of the game awards.
Especially with a team like Logan, who's been so balanced throughout the season. I mean, even with their skilled guys, it's not like just one of them. There's 5 or 6 of them that any one game you could give them the award.
I feel just good that I've been able to find to give 3 players of the game to defensive players. Rolling right is Fakahua, throws it through the hands of his intended receiver. It's a little high, and it had a lot of pepper on it. And went through the hands of Barrick Engelstad.
The intended receiver incomplete. Second down and 10.
You know what also gets difficult is there's been, in our Lewiston State Bank player of the game, we've Spencer Corbett's got a couple. Hunter Horsley's got 3. You know, it doesn't feel right, but those are the ones who are having statistics that really jump out at you. But again, without the offensive line, if I could give those players of the game to an entire offensive line, I would. Stacked up on a run play is, I'm guessing, Oldroyd.
Oldroyd makes the handoff.
Cedar had some things going here for a minute, but they've gotten stuffed on this last 2 or 3 plays here. They haven't amounted to anything. They've gotten a yard, brings it along 3rd and 9 at Logan's 31-yard line.
3:30 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Logan up 45-0. And it's all over but the bus ride home, if you ask me, for the Cedar.
Interesting, a little while ago you mentioned Luke Falk and his success at Washington State. I see a player down here in a jersey, or maybe a JV kid that's got a Washington State hat on.
I saw Coach Favero last night at the rec center for just our little boys playing basketball against each other, and Coach Favero had a Washington State hoodie on. Speaking of Troy Murray, again in the backfield, and will bring down Fakahua well behind the line of scrimmage. It's been a rough one for Cedar. When they're not getting penalized, they're getting driven into the ground by this Logan defensive team here. 2.5 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. 45-0 Logan.
Long 4th and 13.
Yep, but they will go for it. He spins and goes left, and Fakahua is going to get downfield. First down.
That was an incredible run.
That showed a
Tiptoeing up
burst
the
of
sideline.
speed.
Yeah, he was flying there.
Excellent run by Fakahua. And that will.
Oh, he didn't get it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
He must have stepped out of bounds. It's on the far sideline.
Just looking at, geez, how big? Cade Parrish, 74 for Logan, going on the field right now. He's a senior, 6'5", 301.
We're still looking for one more winner on the HOSA drawing for the leukemia lymphoma.
He towers over every kid out there.
The winning ticket is 604267. Flag. Play.
Thrown before anything can even happen.
Illegal substitution.
Illegal substitution on the Grizzlies. I'm not even sure a lot of those kids out there even know what happened or what they did.
So check your HOSA drawing ticket, 604267. Come claim the last prize up here in the announcer.
2:06, and the clock is running here in the 3rd quarter. 2:06 remaining, 45-0, Logan in the lead. We had an update on the Skyview game late?
I haven't seen one for a little while.
I haven't either. 2 receivers, twins split way out to the left, and they're stacked one on top of the other. The other 2 are to the right, also stacked. The read option is going to go for positive yards, but
Picks up about 6 on
After a busted play.
well, I couldn't tell who the running back was. I believe that's Ballum. I'll double check. Nope, Joshua Grove. Looked like he wanted the ball, and Horsley didn't want to give it to him that particular time, and they kind of fought over it for a half second.
Still managed to get a yard and a half out of it.
6.5, wasn't it? Because it was the
Oh, yeah, that's
penalty.
right. It was a penalty.
So if you can have a broken play for 6.5 yards every time, it's not bad. Horsley this time will give it to Grove. Here, you go ahead and take it.
Handoff.
He's going to maybe get back across the line of scrimmage, but barely.
It's in
Bring up
35-yard line. It'll be
third and
down
probably a
7 for
long
the
8.
Grizzlies.
Maybe they got a little more than that. They're marking that at the 30. Nose of the ball's on the 35.
Generous spot there.
Yeah, gentlemanly of them.
Of our state certified reffing crew.
Yeah, they brought that little card up to us. First time anybody's ever done that. We can start throwing out their names, saying which one we think has been good and which one hasn't. We'll save them. They've all been spectacular. Oh, a nice little slant route to Caden Jones. Dropped.
4th down.
Caden's had a lot of those this evening. That's the first one he's dropped, and now a flag comes in late. I thought there was a hit thrown that didn't need to be thrown, or a hit on Caden Jones. Caden didn't retaliate, and then 5 or 6 seconds later, a flag did come in, so I'm guessing words were still said.
Unsportsmanlike.
But it's going on unsportsmanlike on the Grizzlies.
Backs it up to the 20-yard line.
Has to be a little bit of jawing going on out there.
Is this the first punt Logan's had this game? I don't remember them punting.
No, they haven't.
I figure they're on their own 20-yard line. They might as well.
Hartman Rector back to kick. Confusion, it looks like, on the Logan side. As Palmafy Marion ran on and then ran back off.
Punt team's not used to being on the field very much.
Yeah, they're not sure where they're supposed to be. Unfortunately for the Grizzlies, it's the end of the third quarter, so they can talk this over for a second. Coming in late into the game was Blake Patterson. They'll figure it out and be back to kick it, the punt to Cedar here to start the fourth quarter, leading 45-0. We'll be back in just a moment.
Turn your kids to the 10-yard line where Great Harvest contestants will have a
45-0, folks, where the Grizzlies are all over Cedar City here as we're about ready to begin the fourth quarter. The first punt of the ball game forthcoming here for the Grizzlies as Hartman Richter is back deep to kick this one away. Back for Cedar to receive is Jaden Tullis. A little surprised, though, they don't have Allred back there. I guess haven't seen anybody return a punt for Cedar today, so maybe Tullis has been good at it all year, but with the speed we've seen out of Allred, you'd think he might be one of the guys back there.
Just got a report in from Mr. Mark Simmons himself. Skyview 26, Pleasant Grove 23.
That's a good one. This punt might not ever happen.
It's going to take a while for some reason.
They're
just burning some clock?
I don't know. Yeah, it must be. Okay, now they're going to send Caden Jones in motion. I don't know why.
That's interesting.
And he's going to rugby kick to his right, and he's going to kick it right out of bounds. That almost came to us.
You know that if it comes close to us up here, that it was not a very good punt.
Yeah. And I'd catch it and try to hit somebody in stride. That one landed on pretty much on the track. So in his defense, though, Hartman Rector hasn't had to kick a ball all game long. In fact, it's been a long time.
He probably hasn't punted that much throughout the year.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I kind of forgot he punted for him. Full disclosure. So Cedar and Fakahua will come up to the 30-yard line to take over. Trailing 45-0 with 11 minutes left in the ball game. And he's going to look downfield. He's got his man. He's going to look for him, and he miscommunicates with him. That didn't look like a great route run, to be honest with you. The receiver didn't really make a move one way or the other. I think Fakahua on the right team could be really, really good.
Yeah, if he had some more time. He's got a really strong arm, and we saw him run.
He's fast, he's strong, he's got throws a good ball. It's just something isn't quite right with this team right now, and the penalties don't help, that's for sure.
He'll have another year next year to see if they can get it figured out.
Yeah, he's a junior, and a lot of the skill position players are juniors, from what I can tell. Allred runs well for him. He is a senior, though. Up the middle, blowing his shoulder.
Brock Oldroyd on the carry.
Oldroyd's going to get forward for 4 or 5 yards.
That was a good drive to try at the A gap off the right side of the center. Took that Logan Grizzly linebacker and kind of plowed him back towards 3 yards.
One of our other crack staff reporters out there told me Skyview's last score was off a sweet interception returned inside to the Pleasant Grove 20. Good defense going on out there. Good defense going on here too by the Grizzlies, shutting out Cedar City. At least thus far, midway through the fourth quarter, another pass out to the far corner into the end zone, intended for number 48 Ingolstadt. But the closest player to that ball was Freeman.
They overthrow him, but again, he throws a hard ball.
He does.
Good grief. So they're probably going to be going for it here on fourth and 6 or 7.
Do you remember back in the day when they said that John Elway used to throw a ball and when it hit the guy's shoulder pads, it would leave a little star mark on the shoulder pads?
I believe it.
What do you bet I can throw a football over those mountains over there?
If you hit the snow line, and maybe it helps skip it up over.
Maybe.
There's a pretty snow line up there today to aim for.
I got to tell you, I'm not too happy about it. I am not ready for winter quite yet. Timeout on the field called by Cedar City as they're going to want to look into the bag of tricks for a 45-point play. They're down 45-0, 9:20 remaining in this ball game. We will be back in just a moment. Cedar City coming back onto the field after the timeout that they called. Trailing 45-0 here, 9:20 remaining in the ball game. We are in a running clock situation. And it will start. 2 men split right, just one to the left, one coming in motion, I believe is Allred. He'll come across the line and run his route. Rolling out is Fakahua, being chased by 3 different Cedar City players.
Pass incomplete.
Pass is incomplete downfield as Colton Hatch made a play on the ball. Instead of trying to bat it away, he actually had a chance to catch that and intercept it. So good defensive stand, even though Logan, on a not a great punt, gave the ball in good field position to Cedar City, dug in and didn't allow any points to be put on the board.
I'm sure Coach Favero and his defensive coordinator, that's their passion right now, is keeping that big old goose egg up there on the scoreboard.
Logan High fans are awfully excited about something.
Somebody just got put in the ball game they're really excited about.
Yeah, they're loving it. New quarterback in the game for the Grizzlies is number 21. Oh, for heaven's sakes. He's not on that roster. Let's see if we can get the Max Preps roster. Parkinson. Freshman.
Hey, you guys.
So Parkinson will come in, see if we can get his first name. It just says Jay Parkinson in that one. Freshman. So we might be seeing some future Logan High football.
Good opportunity. Not very often in a state playoff game you get to put your second, third stringers in.
Gave the ball to Grove. Grove's not going to get much out of that. In fact, a loss of about 2.
Johnny Parkinson.
Johnny Parkinson. Thanks, George. George Durst hooking us up with the information there. Johnny Parkinson in quarterback position. We've also seen Ballum run from the quarter when Horsley went down. Ballum came in. Ballum is a sophomore, so who knows? I mean, if Johnny Parkinson can come along and Ballum can play more of a running back type position, that could be good too, because they're both very good. Got number 24, Landon Corbett, out there in the slot. He's a young, a sophomore wide receiver. Pass downfield to number 28 is Chris Hernandez, and he'll get a catch for the first down. So nice throw by Parkinson.
Good for a Grizzly first down.
As the youngsters are in there doing their job. 45-0, Grizzlies all over Cedar City here. 7:10 remaining in the ball game.
It's an opportunity for Logan just to drive the ball down the field and burn a good, 4, 5, 6 minutes off the clock.
It's kind of fun to see some of these younger guys come in because you can really see the size difference between even a sophomore and a senior.
Oh yeah. 130-pounder out there right now running routes is a little bit different than what they had earlier in the game.
And I got to tell you, man, I think that's a generous 130. But it's awesome.
I hope they throw the ball to him.
I think it's awesome. I mean, that's a tough kid.
You suppose he's Spencer's little brother?
Yeah.
His last name's Corbett.
Yeah, I believe it. A young man out there putting his nose in there, tough kid. So Parkinson comes back in.
Going with the huddle.
Yeah, we haven't seen that for a while. And then again, it's these younger guys trying to make sure they're understanding the system, so they'll huddle up and call the play. Shotgun back to Parkinson. They'll hands to Grove. Grove will be brought down immediately. So now we're going to face another third down and probably 15.
Third down and about 16 for the Grizzlies.
Cooled off quite a bit here tonight, but the fans are still sticking around even though it's a blowout.
It's been chilly all day, but once that sun goes down, you realize what it was giving you. It's a good-sized kid, though, there, too. 87, Joseph Miller. He's a 6'3", 170-pound senior. He's in the slot. Caden Jones still in there on the far right side, out in the wide receiver position. Little wheel route thrown to Grove. He drops it. And we're going to see a fourth down situation. And we will see Hartman Rector get to redeem himself with the punt this time. Last one was what can only be described as a shankopotamus.
That's a good way to describe it.
Shankle-doodle dandy on the last one. And we'll see if he can get one off here that's a little better than last time. But then again, he was rusty. And we will give him the benefit of the doubt on that one. We'll see what he can do on this one. He will roll right, rugby style. He's got all sorts of time. Now he boots it. And that was pretty good. It's going to land on 30 and die. A slow little death. They're still not going to touch it.
The good thing about that rugby style punt is, I mean, you saw right there, he rolled out for a good 4, 5, 6 seconds and allowed his entire team to get down there, and they were standing around the guy that was closest to the ball, was waiting for something to happen.
Well, the University of Utah punter sure is good at that. He's been really good. That one right there, I mean, Hartman Rector, had they not been up 45-0, he could have had 20 yards out of that thing. He had just nobody around him. He could have run for days. So 4:40 remaining in the game. The clock is running. And we still have Fakahua in there and Oldroyd next to him. Again, most of these guys are underclassmen. Snap comes back to Fakahua. He will fake the handoff and come out to the left side is where he runs over.
Fakahua. Knocked out of bounds by number 25.
Number 25, Jeff Quarter in at corner.
About a yard short of the first down second.
That's a good, powerful run on first down.
Yeah, that's a
He's taking a little aggression out on the younger guys, I think.
Yeah, 145 pounds against 210. Usually the 210 is going to win that. And credit Quarter, though, for sticking his nose in there, because I got to tell you, I probably would have just ran the other way. Then again, I've got some years on him. I don't need to break a hip. Deep downfield again, a really nice ball thrown out of bounds, though.
Long pass over the
secondary, good coverage again by Logan High. There was nobody open.
Freeman all over the intended receiver out there.
You know, all night long, there haven't been very many passes completed more than 5 or 10 yards down the field. I wish we had some stats to tell us, but Logan's secondary is held tough, and even the second string group out there right now.
You know, the arm strength has been impressive, but now that I think about it, he hasn't been really that on target, has he?
No, he hasn't had a ton to throw to, quite honestly. But
the touchdown he threw that had to be brought back was right on the money, and then one early in the game went right through the hands of one of his intended receivers. But other than that, he hasn't been really accurate. Run play by Oldroyd comes out to the 50-yard line. That's going to be enough for a first down. It was third and it was a long one, or a short one.
That was a crazy draw play from I mean, that was a high snap, and he barely got that down far enough that he's able to get a hand on that and run with it.
Yep. I guess I don't quite understand the running clock thing. To me, I guess when it's a first down, they still stop it to mark it, but I would have thought in that situation you even keep it running then.
The Logan fans chanting just like soccer. We referred earlier to the Logan High girls soccer team win over Cedar City at Rio Tinto a few weeks ago.
Fakahua's got a lot of room out there, picking through everybody. He does get a good 12 yards out of that for a first down.
Nothing like a good high school rubbing from the sidelines and from the stands a little bit.
It happens, doesn't it? I think these kids go to a lot of Utah State football, basketball games and learn the art of heckling, I guess. Rubbing it in. 2.5 minutes remaining here in this one. 45-0 is the Logan lead. Getting texts about that Skyview game going on. Fakahuwa again out over
down to the 27-yard line.
Good 9 yards out of that one.
Coach Rivera does not want this second string defense out there to allow to score. He's keeping a close eye on things over in the sideline. That goose egg's a big deal.
26-23 Skyview, but they just turn it over on their own 23-yard line with a fumble. Well, that one is a little more intense than ours.
Yeah, it's a little closer.
This one's made in the shade, folks.
Skyview takes a lead over Pleasant Grove.
Oh, there's all sorts of movement on before the snap came. We've seen that one other time before where everybody moves but the center. So they're going to march this one back. Second half hasn't been as penalty laden for Cedar City as it was in the first.
No, but I can't imagine the totals. I'll have to look them up because it's going to be crazy numbers.
Yeah.
The amount of yards they've lost on penalties tonight.
And when you shoot yourself in the foot that badly in the first half, I mean, really only...
They've been backed up halfway to Cedar City from here.
Yeah, they have. You can just walk the rest of the way. 45-0. Up over the ball is Cedar City. Fakahuwa is still in there. Starting quarterback. They're trying to get something on the board, trying not to get blanked. Hand it to Oldroyd. He's got a big hole up the middle.
Tackled at the 21-yard line.
He's tackled at about the 21-yard line. So it's going to be a game.
Once again, next week's game is on
about
Thursday,
13,
6:30 p.m. Rice,
maybe not quite that much, more like 10.
On the run for the state championship.
They just announced on the PA that the game next week will be at Rice Eccles.
Really? That's a shame. I like him here.
The kids probably like playing down there.
Sure. Yeah, that's true. That's a good experience for those guys. Coming in motion. Not handing it to the man in motion. And Fakahuwa will try to go to the right side. He should have enough for the first down, I believe. 42 seconds. Logan's just trying to finish this up and not let Cedar into the end zone.
First down, Cedar.
Clock does stop as they call a timeout. So Cedar does really want to try to get one into the end zone here. Rice Eccles, is that really what he just said?
That's what he said.
That's going to be next Thursday. So, what do you got going on next Thursday?
6:30, he said, yeah.
How about I ask you to help me do that
Do they let you
right
call
on the air like this, so that you have to be put on the spot?
Do they let you sit in the press box down there?
Yeah, it'll be cozy.
Might be a little warmer.
Yeah, it's going to be probably a balmy 68 degrees.
Did they bring you food during the game?
Jeez, man, you are really getting picky. Maybe we can get you a hamburger after or something. Maybe a kid's meal somewhere. I'll figure out a Happy Meal for you if you just come down and help me out. 34.9 seconds remaining in the game. Fakahua in the shotgun, brings Allred in motion, fakes the handoff to him. They're going to try to go over the middle. Oh, and it was almost picked off. That would have ended it right there by Shamo. Nicholas Shamo had that baby hit him right in the hands.
Right in front of his face mask, right in the hands.
Well,
dream opportunity.
If Cedar's going to score, they better get a play off fast. This is it. 10 seconds. 45-0. This is the most dramatic play of the game right now. If they're going to get in the end zone or not. Screen pass. He's got all sorts of room. To the 10, to the 5. No, they bring him down to the 4. So Logan shuts him out. 45-0.
Coach is celebrating with that defensive team out there right now. They're pretty proud of the effort they put forth.
I am too.
Classmen out there and stop Cedar's first team.
That is fun to be able to come in there and do that like that. Those youngsters, that's a good experience for them and the coaching staff and the seniors and the guys that have been in there, all congratulating their teammates.
Great all-around effort.
It really was. 45-0. The victory goes to the Grizzlies this evening. And we're going to have to, you know what, Jared, we're going to have to try to figure out a player of the game here.
That's going to be a hard decision.
I know. 1, 2, 3, not it. We'll see if we can come back and figure that out here in just a moment. 45-0, Grizzlies win here at home. And we'll try to look forward to what they're going to be facing next Thursday at Rice Eccles. We'll be back in just a moment.
It's the High School Game of the Week. Brought to you by the Les Olson Company, your business empowered. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff. By Bridgeland Applied Technology College, employment through training. By S.E. Needham Jewelers, where Utah gets engaged. Lewiston State Bank, established for your future. By Miller's Northern Utah Glass, beautiful glass with a touch of class. By BJ Buckets, your new ice cream destination, behind Great Harvest Bread in Logan. And by Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning, your York heating and air conditioning experts. And KVNU,